Everything Alpha here, and in this video we're going to go over getting girls in your 20s versus your 30s. What do girls in their 20s look for? What do girls in their 30s look for? And why that is. So to begin, we're going to start with getting girls in your 20s. Now, girls in their 20s usually look for the alpha male. This is usually a guy who's got a certain kind of confidence, a certain swagger to him. He's usually a cool guy with social status, either at his high school, college, at work. They usually fall in these archetypes, being the frat boy, the bad boy, etc. And they usually, not always, but a lot of times, have looks to go with it. So it's basically a guy who really has looks and status down, and they usually come with a certain confidence, swagger, and game that can really pull and reel girls in these earlier ages. To be honest, what girls look for in the 20s is what they actually start to look for in their teenage years. You could say around high school is when they actually begin to become attracted to these guys, and it runs all the way through their 20s to around 30 years old. Now, the alpha male type of guy that girls look for in their 20s is usually due to the fact that he's a lot more fun to be around. He's cooler and more confident and brings a lot more to the table as far as just entertainment goes, as younger girls are basically just trying to have fun. They're not taking things too serious. They're not really looking for a husband or to have kids. So for the time being, they just want to be with someone who they enjoy to be around, who's really cool, and they can have a fun time with, to do things with. These kind of guys are more likely to fuck and chuck girls, and girls know that, but they're willing to take the risk. This is what girls actually want, these cool alpha type guys. The only downside to this is that girls struggle to actually hold on to these kind of guys, as these guys have many options and are more likely to leave in a shorter amount of time. Which then brings me on to my second point of this video, is that when girls start to near 30 years old, they start to look for different qualities because they are now thinking about marriage and having kids. We call this hitting the wall. As girls hit 30 years old, they know that their looks are on a decline, and they have to start looking for a guy who has lower value but also has some other traits that she disregarded her entire life up until 30. These are more of the beta male type of guys. It's a guy who usually has money, or beta bucks. He's usually nicer, usually, not always, lacks in looks, and would seem like a better father or husband. All in all, he's just a more safer, more supportive route to take that is also easier to control. Girls know they're better than these guys, and they get with them because they can boss him around in his marriage, and he can bring in the money, take care of the kids, and be nice to her without any chance of him cheating, because these guys are not seen as very attractive to girls. The girl knows that if she gets with a beta male and she gets married to him, there's no way he's going to leave or cheat on her, because there's no other girl out there that would want to fuck him anyways. So with game and dealing with looks, money, and status, by increasing these things, you can avoid falling into the beta male, or what girls really strive to get with at 30 years old when they have already hit the wall. By learning game, you can get the girls when they actually look good in their college years, all the way through their 20s, and even girls at 30. Girls at 30 still will be willing to sleep with an alpha. They want to take a beta serious, but they'll still sleep with an alpha. Whereas girls in their 20s, they will not only sleep with an alpha, but they want to be with them too, because they don't take the whole dating thing that serious. There's not too much on the line. By learning game and proving your LMS, you can be a cool, confident guy who may even possibly fall into this frat boy, bad boy archetype, and can get the girls when they actually look good in their 20s, and avoid being a girl's beta bucks in her 30s. I hope everything you heard in this video can help. This has been Everything Alpha, signing out.